Well, this is something we have been tracking for you all week. Let me give you some more details. U.S. immigration authorities say they've carried out what they describe as the largest single-site raid in the 22-year history of ICE. That is Immigration and Customs Enforcement. It happened at a Hyundai battery plant in Georgia. We're talking about at least 450 people detained. That was the official number given on Thursday. But some reports are saying the number could go higher, even as high as 680 people. Those detained described as undocumented immigrants. Many of them were working at the plant. Others were called in for questioning and then detained. Some were even waiting in a parking lot to get into the plant when immigration officers arrived with a warrant. What are the next steps for these workers? Well, according to the officials, each worker at the site was questioned and their documents and backgrounds were reviewed. Those found to be in the U.S. illegally were transferred into ICE custody for possible deportation. Now, ICE says that around 475 individuals were ultimately taken into custody, most of them identified as South Korean nationals. South Korea's foreign ministry says it has asked the U.S. authorities for an explanation and expressing regret over what it called the large-scale detention. This is what a foreign ministry official said in Seoul. I'm quoting now. It is regrettable that such a large-scale personnel action was taken at a time when the international community is trying to overcome the economic slowdown and we are trying to expand our economic exchanges and cooperation. The official also stressed that the economic activities of Korean companies in the United States and the rights of our citizens there should not be unfairly restricted. And he went on to say, we will continue to ask for cooperation from the U.S. side while closely communicating with related companies and our citizens. So South Korea wants answers and it wants action from the U.S. government. What about Hyundai? The car manufacturer is based in Seoul, obviously South Korea's capital city. A company spokesman had this to say, we are aware of the situation and we are fully cooperating with local law enforcement and government officials regarding their investigation. Hyundai Motor Group remains committed to complying with all applicable U.S. labor and immigration laws. Now here's something else that caught my eye in this raid. It wasn't just Hyundai workers who were detained. Several vendors and contractors were also taken into custody. What does this tell you? That this was not a random raid? This tells you that the probe, the investigation, was very, very wide-ranging. And one more thing, authorities have not yet said whether criminal charges will be filed. They say the investigation is still going on. But let me tell you something else that's interesting. Last year, similar raids carried out by ICE resulted in the arrest of nearly 1,500 people across the United States. Most of them were from Mexico and Central America. But the sheer scale of this latest raid, again, the largest in 22 years, has drawn attention to a sector that is often overlooked when it comes to immigration enforcement, the auto sector. According to data provided by the Cato Institute, which is a nonpartisan research and analysis organization, quote, the auto industry is the largest goods-producing sector employing over 100,000 immigrants in the United States. The same report says that the auto sector employs about 9% of all foreign-born workers in the United States, mostly from Mexico, followed by South Korea and Germany. So, what triggered this latest raid? What was the trigger? According to an official, the probe began months ago as a criminal investigation targeting undocumented workers at the plant. The official did not elaborate, but noted that the investigation later expanded into immigration enforcement. This whole episode raises a lot of questions. Here's one for you to ponder over. Is the U.S. economy built on the backs of undocumented workers? And if so, how vulnerable is it? Let us know what you think in the comments. We will keep bringing you more on this story as it develops.